kudos to you guys, man, for working together. Yeah. Want to try again?
Hey KOZ men, welcome to KOZTV, and this is for your January 2024 curriculum. And I wanted to stop in and give you some updates on that. But before I do, I wanted to tell you a little story. Mrs. Graney and I, Sandra and I, were watching a really terrible B-rated movie. I don't know why we switched to it, and I don't know why we kept watching it, except there was parts and pieces that kind of pointed to KOZ. And I want to tell you a story about that. And one of the things the guy said, which I thought was brilliant and that you can use. But first, I want to say this month is survival. So there's no better topic, whether it's hot, cold, or whatever. Get the boys outside and teach them some kind of survival skills. You may be way up north and there's snow everywhere. Build a snow shelter. Show them what to do in the snow. Boy Scouts to get one of their badges, they have to do a week in the snow camping. I think it's a week. Maybe it's not a week, but you could do it, at least one day. And there's so much fire building, shelters, and really to teach a boy that he's not incapacitated because the weather is bad. He's not incapacitated because he doesn't have a house or all those things. And so many of our boys today, and you know this, why it's one of the reasons why you do KOZ, so many of our boys today are just soft. They know the couch and they know video games and they know, they're out there. They're not outside doing the kind of stuff that you and I grew up doing, where we lived outside. I mean, if we weren't outside, we were stir crazy, except maybe on Saturday morning for a couple hours watching cartoons or something. But I'd say get them outside no matter what. Teach them a few of the outdoor skills that come with survival. And if you've been doing KOZ a while, you've done this 10 times. Maybe you teach the young boys something easier and the older boys something harder. And look through the curriculum. There's tons of great content. Of course, if you're a YouTuber, if you watch YouTube at all, which you're probably watching this on YouTube, there's tons of great content out there from guys doing. I'll tell you, one of my favorite YouTube channels is Outdoor Boys. Outdoor Boys. It's a guy and a couple of his boys, and always doing cool stuff. Clean, post every video every Saturday, and I'm hooked on it. But he does this really cool stuff, and it makes me want to get out and go out to the farm and do outdoor stuff, build shelters and do stuff. So check out Outdoor Boys on the YouTube channel. But survival, and then it's Psalms 1 to 4, where it talks about Psalms, and this is where you get to teach the boys the beauty about the Psalms and how it teaches us so many things. And maybe get the boys to pick out their favorite Psalm and then tell you next month what Psalm it was. But explain to them what Psalms are. Read some. Tell them what your favorite. Each one of you leaders, pick out your favorite Psalm, share it with them, and tell them why it's your favorite Psalm. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. So this is a killer month for KOZ. But anyway, back to that B-rated movie, that silly movie we were watching. There was a guy there, and he was talking to a little girl, and she was watching him work. And he said, he was sharpening an axe. And he goes, you go out into the forest, and there's a giant tree out there, a giant tree. And you would think normally that it would take a giant man, lots of muscles and all the brawn and grit to chop that tree down, to take that tree down. But that's not what takes the tree down. What takes the tree down is a sharp axe. It's the axe. And the sharper the axe, the better it cuts. And so a small person can take down a giant tree with the right axe. And so your boys, no matter if they're big or little, skinny, brilliant, or not the smartest kid at school, they can still do incredible things as long as they sharpen their axe, as long as they try hard, as long as they commit to it, as long as they put all they got into it. And so let that percolate in your brain while you're thinking about how you're going to talk to your boys around the campfire after your activities, or maybe there's a moment during the activities. But share this video with all your HTLs. Let all the HTLs know. Like the KOZ video. Subscribe to the KOZ channel if you haven't yet. Share this with all your HTL guys so they know what's going on with KOZTV and the KOZ Raws that we do for you. Man, you guys are killing it. It's 2024. This is your first outing for 2024. So make it strong. Go all in, guys. You are the guys that are going to leave the remnant of what our hearts speak to us about with Jesus and the outdoors and just being loved, a boy being worthy. You are the guys who are leaving that remnant to the next generation. So go all in 2024. God bless. We love you. If you need something, holler at us at the office. We're here for you. Regulators, mount up.